It's the most wonderful time of the year, college football bowl season, baby. And there are 42 bowl and playoff games to keep us entertained for almost 3.5 weeks. Starting with Toledo versus Middle Tennessee State and going through the national championship on Monday, January 10th, pick your favorite WagerTalk or Sports Memo handicapper and get every college football bowl game they release, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $35 for the low price of $149. As an added bonus, make sure to download the free WagerTalk College Football Bowl Guide by going to wt.buzz/rm. From everyone at WagerTalk and Sports Memo, good luck this college football bowl season.
Good luck.
What?
Ooh, where are my notes? All right, welcome in here, guys. It is a Thursday, and it is time to talk a little NBA tip-off show, of course, powered by WagerTalk.com. Only 3 games on the card here tonight, coming off a monster night last night. But we had 3 really intriguing matchups. We're going to break down all of these games for you. And we're going to do it with 2 of the original OGs here. I think Rob Vino said he was going to get married or divorced or some sort of wedding involved. I don't know what it was, but Rob will join us again next week. So we do have Skee Prophet in the house and a man with his notepad. That would be Tony Finn here today to help break it down for you. And Skee, welcome back, man. I think last time we talked, we were talking a little Lakers, in fact. And they ended up getting the job done, actually, rather convincingly over the Boston Celtics. How's the last couple of days been for you? And do you have anything locked and loaded here tonight at WagerTalk?
Well, I've been doing pretty well in the NBA. I think 14 of my last 21 I've won. So looking to keep it going here. Yesterday had a top play winner with the Cavaliers. Today, I made a top play yesterday, and hopefully get another winner here today.
Yeah, it's an interesting card here, and I know, Tony Finn, you were certainly invested last night. Ton of games on the board. You shared your disbelief that the Golden State Warriors won, but they didn't win by 9 touchdowns. But how was the rest of the evening, and what do you got? I know you got something locked and loaded here tonight across the board.
I do not have one play in. I got NFL and college football and some bowl games up, but I don't have my basketball because I'm waiting on some, 3 games, a lot of information. You got to soak in on 3 games, and I'm still waiting on, really, I don't have anything in. Last night was a 2-2 night, 2-2 night in the NBA and a 2-0 night in college basketball. So I pick up a few units, but my winners were Denver and not Denver. Dallas and Cleveland. Cleveland was only a favorite. It was yesterday. They were a favorite for only the 3rd time all season. 3rd time.
Yep.
That surprised you guys? That surprised you a little bit? That surprised me a lot. Yeah.
And they got it done. So that team is growing up before our very eyes here. The Cleveland Cavaliers get it done here. And, of course, our contrarian play also came through last night as we backed the Detroit Pistons, getting 5.5 last night. Took Washington to overtime. Didn't win the game, but certainly cashed the ticket for us. And we're going to dive in here to these 3 games, and we're going to start with the red-hot Philadelphia 76ers taking on the equally hot here Utah Jazz that just demolished, just like we said they would yesterday, Tony Finn, demolished Minnesota there. Certainly from behind the arc there, 3-point barrage from Utah going up against a Minnesota team that, doesn't defend the 3-point range. But the 76ers are a different team here. Now, I'm going to imagine you are waiting to hear on whether Embiid is going or not going, or what have you heard about this game as they open up a 3.5-point dog with a total of 217.5 here? How are you looking at this Utah-Philadelphia game, Tony Finn?
Well, I have a problem with Philly right now. I mean, they have not been very good, and I understand. We all know that Embiid is not 100%, that he's still trying to fully recover from what the COVID-19 symptoms or the actual bug that he had, and it affects everybody differently. But according to Embiid, it's difficult sometimes to know whether he's being serious because of the way he delivers his jokes. They're almost like when he's answering questions for the media. But long story short is, I'm not a big fan of this game. And if I was in this room, guys, and I'm not yet, it'd be fading Philadelphia. If you guys, they're winning, they're not covering, and they're not closing the door. They're not closing in the fourth quarter very well.
I kind of feel, Skee, like Philadelphia has just played Charlotte for the last month here. Every time we turn around, they're playing the Charlotte Hornets. But the good news is Utah, they didn't have to sweat that win out last night. Philadelphia had another battle with Charlotte down to the wire. So you give the edge to Utah in this one on the road?
Yeah, if I'm playing this one, I really don't want to look towards Philadelphia here. Like you mentioned, the games with Charlotte that they just played, they played one last night. It was a tough, close game compared to what Utah had to do. Like, their game was a blowout. It was pretty easy. So, I think Utah's probably going to be a little bit more rested than Philly in this one. And I just think they're playing better. If I was going to play the total, I think somebody's going to sit in this game. That's just honestly what I think. Like,
yeah,
Embiid hasn't looked good, and I think he's going to be the guy who sits on the second of a back-to-back here. The NBA doesn't – they don't like to announce it early. They'll wait an hour and a half more until we hear Embiid is out. And at that point, Utah's going to get higher. The total is probably going to go lower, and I agree with both of those sides. I'm playing now. It'll be Utah minus, and it'll be under that 216.
It certainly the Embiid Rudy Gobert battle has been owned by Embiid here over the last couple of years, but who knows if he's going. What I found interesting was the Utah Jazz, 17 wins on the season. 16 of those wins have been by at least 6 points or more. So we're laying 3. I'm laying 3 with Utah if we're going to go that route, as they tend to do very, very well in situations like this, especially with numbers under 6 points. So 3-2-16 is the total on that one. We'll move to the 8 o'clock game.
Let me ask you a question real quick, Joe.
Go ahead, shoot.
We only got a couple games. So, what do you guys think about Utah's a pretty good team too, but could Philly possibly be looking ahead to play Golden State? You think anything of that or no?
It's so hard. Tony Finn, let me ask you here. Golden State's going to have a couple of days off before they embark on this road trip here.
Yeah.
Is it just a matter of survival right now for the Sixers here during this stretch? Because they've been through some battles here over the last week here in these games. So how much are they willing to push Embiid, I think, is the big question.
Well, if you look at this, I believe that if you look at the standings, you can see where the Sixers are. And if you listen to Skee, I think that Philly has a really hard time looking ahead in the situation they're in. They really need to focus on being cohesive and getting that first 5 back together in the sync. And Embiid's not been shooting the ball very well. He's taking 50 shots. He's scoring, but he's still shooting about 41 or 42% from the field, which is ridiculous for a guy who's 7-8 feet tall and playing teams that don't have bigs. I just can't. How do you look past Utah? How do you look past Utah? That's a game that you should be looking forward to. That you get to prove your medal right there.
Yeah, I don't know that they've actually found their identity yet. They're still. How many games have they all played together? Simmons not being a part of the team is from the very beginning. Yeah. So I think the better competition is going to be actually better in the long run right now for the Sixers, because it's going to force them to man up and see what they have with Maxey, and how do they rotate Maxey against Embiid, because his numbers have dropped since Embiid's come back. So I think they're going to learn a little something here tonight at home against the Utah Jazz. But keep an eye on the injury. Somebody's sitting. Conley, somebody's sitting in this game here, probably for both teams. Let's move on to Lakers taking on the Memphis Grizz here, as this opens up as Memphis a 3-point underdog, now a 4-point underdog pretty much across the board here, as the Lakers 223.5 is what I'm seeing as totals here. Skee 221 as an open, so certainly anticipating a little less defense from Memphis. That's kind of that's what a shocker that is. But the Lakers, if we can get more of what we got from the Lakers the other night against Boston, I don't think this is close. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree. And, I think a big part of why you got what you got from the Lakers is because they were well rested. I think that game, it was their second game in 7 days. And tonight it's now their third game in 9 days. And it's the opposite for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are shorthanded. I think this is their third game in 4 nights. I would expect the fresher team to come out here and perform. The fresher, better team is what I'll say, to come out here and perform. And from the total, I know we don't have Rob Vino here today. It's tough because in general, for most of the season, Lakers don't play defense, but they've started to have stretches where they've shown they can play a little. And I feel like, Memphis, their offensive efficiency is starting to drop a little bit. And I think this is the game where, it really shows up. So maybe this is the game I'll lean towards under instead of an over for Lakers game.
Yeah, I can't believe that loss last night to Dallas, Skee, was their first one without John Morant. I mean, they're 5-1 without Morant in the lineup. So could it possibly be they're more efficient without John Morant on the court here?
Yeah, they are. Well, the sample size is small. The sample size is small, but if you look at the metrics and you pull, for instance, if you go to Cleaning the Glass and use their charts and you pull Morant off the and it'll show all the lines without Morant, and they're not that much. They're not at 5. I think they're 5. I think they're 5 points, 5.1 or something. That's a lot. It's not when Morant, it's your blood, sweat, your tears, your guy that takes the ball to the rim every time he has it. One of the reasons they'd won 4 or 5 straight without Morant, hadn't trailed, had been ahead, had not even been tied after 0-0 for 4 or 5 straight games. That changed last night, and you saw what you need to do against. There's only one thing you have to do against Memphis to beat them. What is it? All you do is make them shoot from the perimeter. No team scores more points at the rim than Memphis. Who gives up the most points at the rim in the league? In the NBA right now, Sacramento. Who's the second? Gives up the second most points? The Los Angeles Lakers.
Good point.
I gotta jump in here, Joe. I'm sorry.
Go. Yep, go.
I mean, it doesn't, it makes for good content, I guess, when people disagree, but do not, that is absolutely false what Tony Finn just said about the Grizzlies without John Morant. They have been playing just look at who they have played. They played the Mavericks without Doncic, without Porzingis. They played the Heat, who were struggling in the bad spot without players. They played the Thunder without SGA in the bad spot. They played a struggling Raptors team. Come on, man. I'm not buying into that. No, negative.
What did I say? Well, again, let me help you here, okay? Well, man, who said? I'm telling you, I was talking metrics. I'm talking actual metrics. I didn't.
The numbers are going to lie to you if you're looking into that. That's what I'm saying. Don't buy into those numbers for those 5 games.
Well, I thank you, Skee, for helping me understand basketball.
What are your notes saying, Tony? What do your notes say about it?
I'll tell you what my notes say.
Why?
What do my notes say? This is what my notes say. And that was,
are you
Memphis
playing?
Was the net.
Are you laying? What are you doing here?
I have been.
You taking them, or you what? Where are you going to go? I don't listen. Do either of you agree with the total here? Because the total keeps getting bet up.
You can't play Memphis. You can't play Memphis under. You surely can't play Lakers under because their defensive metrics are horrible. They're horrible. They don't play defense anymore.
We'll go old school, Joe. Give me a sawbuck on both of these, Tony Fed.
Oh, I like that. Oh, what do you think, man? You going to send him back his old crusty-ass Laker jersey if he wins?
Yeah,
what do you think? Yeah? All right.
I'll send him to him. I'll sign the bitch, too.
By the way, 9 technicals in that game last night with Memphis and Dallas. They were going at each other here. I don't know if there was any decision on Brooks, but he got tossed, and then he had, he basically flipped off and told the ref where to go. So I don't know if anything has come of that to this particular point, but maybe they come in with a little attitude. But there's no doubt the Lakers were not playing around the other night with Boston there, and they took charge, and everyone else followed and followed LeBron's lead. So You get that kind of effort here again tonight. I don't know that this goes over because of the Lakers actually playing some defense, but I don't think a problem laying the 4 points here either on at Memphis here. But we all know the public is going to love the Lakers, Skee. They're going to bet the Lakers, but I'm shocked this isn't really as high as it as 5 or 6 at this particular point. But we'll see what happens here, which leads us into the last game of the night. How about the Nuggets taking on the Spurs here? Denver. I don't even know how Denver won that game last night. We got a 214.5 as an opening total. That is creeping up to 15.5. We got Denver as a no longer. They opened up as a short favorite, but San Antonio getting all the love here now. I'm seeing 2.5s in a number of spots. Jokic is listed as active here. Will Barton, probable. Bones Highland, active. But here's the problem, Skee, and it remains to be the problem with this Denver team. When the Joker goes to the bench, it goes hard the other way. I mean, it's terrible. They've got absolutely nobody backing him up. The net ratings go completely to the tank. They just tank. And I don't know. I mean, maybe you can get away with that playing San Antonio tonight, but they have at least been playing better than what we've seen. So what do you do with this game?
When I hear you talk about it, Joe, I don't know why I'm getting contrarian vibes from you. But initially I looked at it and I said, I want to play the Spurs so bad. I really want to play them. And it's kind of the way I would look for the side. I don't know. Yep. I'm a buyer in what the Spurs have been doing lately. They've been playing really good basketball, so I'll lean on that. If you're liking props, if you play props, I think the props I would look for today would be Murray from the Spurs, double-double. I think he's hit that 8 of his last 11 games. And Pirtle, the center for the Spurs, you could either go rebounds and assists. He's been pretty good at that, or points and rebounds. He hasn't been hitting it, but I think this is a game that he can have success. So those 2 props I'm looking at. And we're missing our guy, Ravino. So let's look at the total. And I know what he would say. He would say, we look at all these Spurs games all the time on the road. They stay under. But at home, they're 9-1-1 to the over. And you look at Denver. They've been playing over games lately. I don't see what's going to change here. I think I would agree with that line move up on the total and get up and over that 215.5.
So we did watch the Spurs get beat on their home court the other night to the Knicks, right? And that was an easy over as well there. But that was the second of a back-to-back for them. Denver went in overtime last night. So Jokic had 40 points, somewhere along those, 39 points, 11 boards, 11 assists. Actually had a chance to win it at the buzzer, and it didn't go. So I don't know, man. What do you think we're going to get here from this Denver team tonight, Tony Finn? Do you trust them to get the job done on the second of a back-to-back from an overtime win?
No, I don't. I would have faded Denver last night and play them, and I'd have been quite disappointed that they found a way to win in overtime. But San Antonio's healthy, and they have won recently. Let's put it this way. They have won what? Have they won? I think they lost 2 in a row going tonight, but before that, they'd strung 4 together after a long losing streak, mostly because they're healthy. And they scored. They scored 100. I think they scored 96 on a win over Boston, held them to 88. Scored like 115 against Washington, another 115 against Portland, and then beat Golden State, 112 to 107. Now, the last 3 games, or the last 2 games, 3-1 push, call it. They're 3 unders. So they've been winning with defense. Their defensive metrics are the ones that are better now that they're healthy. However, it depends on how you feel about Denver. Denver's going to have to sit Jokic a little bit. And as you mentioned, without Jokic, this Denver team drops under 95 offensive rating without him on the floor. They don't have anybody to score. So how long does he sit tonight? How many minutes does he sit? Because he's certain. That's the question.
And that's always been the problem. The minute he goes to the bench, the shit hits the fan for Denver. And, how much of that can we trust? But is San Antonio offense enough minded, Skee, to be able to take advantage of any minutes that he's on there on the side? That's the question. They have Bones Highland back, so that's going to help them. Will Barton being healthy are certainly going to help them coming off of that overtime win last night. But, Skee, I'm kind of with you. Everyone, you swapped from a Denver being a small favorite now. You're swapping, 3 points to San Antonio being a home.
I knew I heard it in your voice.
You got contrarian written all over. The contrarian
that's why I stay out
on
the
mine
way.
too. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's too good to be true.
Let me ask you this, guys. Is home court worth any? What's your home court in your opinion? It's different than what it used to be. I'll give San Antonio. I'll give it 2
2.5.
Is that fair? Okay.
2, yeah, I would say
then,
right, yeah.
Okay, in the last 2 weeks, Denver in the last 2 weeks they're a negative 1.7. I think that is their net. In the last 2 weeks, San Antonio is a 6 plus 6.1. So if you're going to get 2 points, in truth, this line's completely off, and San Antonio, all the value lies in San Antonio's bench. They're right there. Everything lies right there. Denver's on a second back-to-back damaged goods. How do you not play San Antonio? How do you not do it?
So let me ask you, Tony. San Antonio second quarter, pretty good bet, right?
Sounds like. What's that? That's a good point. Yep.
What's that?
San Antonio second quarter sounds like a solid bet. Like when Jokic is going to be off the floor majority of the time. Great
point. Yep. Great point.
I'm just saying. I think I'm either on San Antonio here or I'm not. I'm just stay away. That's my opinion. So,
and I don't know that they get. I don't know that they get to 215, 216 here either. I don't know that happens. So the total is an interesting spot as well. And there you got it, guys. We got 3 games on the board here now. Since it is such a short card here, and we got 2 of the original OGs. What do you think, Tony Finn? Is it time to bring back here a very special edition of the Shits and Giggles parlay for tonight? What do you think with this card?
Well, I think that's a great idea.
All right, then. Perfect. Then we'll see if we can't figure out a way to parlay these games here, Skee. So I'm going to come to you first here. Give me your best bet here. What do you think one leg of this parlay should be tonight?
Well, I'm gonna help you guys out, and you can do what you want, Joe. But I'm gonna give you the parlay, and it's gonna be square, but it's gonna win because it won on Tuesday, and it's gonna be the same thing today on Thursday. You take the Utah Jazz, the Lakers, and the Spurs money line, and there's your parlay.
Oh, you know what, T? I knew he was going to go that way. I just had a feeling the Lakers were going to be involved in this. I just had that feeling. So now,
there's only 3 games. There's only 3 games.
I got it. See, because now I got to do it and figure out what the number is on that. But do you agree with it, or would you mix up the Shits and Giggles parlay a little bit here with these 3 games tonight?
I would play, something. It's only 3 games, and if I'm going to play, how many do we have to play? Do we have to play 3? Can we play 4? Do we play 2?
We can round robin it. We can round robin it with these 3. So there you go.
I was going to say, you never told me the rules. I would listen. Here's what I would be. I would be on Utah as a short road favorite against Philadelphia. I have to. I cannot play Philly here. I can't play them the way they're playing. And if it's Lakers and Memphis, I'm playing over in this. I know that Skee doesn't agree, and I'm playing San Antonio. That would be the 3. That would be my 3-team parlay.
All right. So Skee, if we go Jazz, Lakers, Spurs, 4-1. All right, 4-1 on that parlay. What are you saying there, Finn? You said we go with Utah. We go with the Lakers and
over. Lakers over.
Lakers over. Okay, so over 223 and the Spurs, right? So if we go that route, that's about plus 480.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you got some combinations there. I would also, if I was going to do this, guys, I might look at the over in the Utah Jazz Sixers game. I might anticipate they get a few more points than one might think here. It's hovering right around that 215 number there. And by the way, the number keeps going to Sixers. I'm seeing 2.5s popping up all over the place. Did something get announced that we missed here?
I'm telling you, somebody's going to sit it. Somebody's going to sit.
It's got it, right? I mean, the question is who? Who we got? Let me see if they came out with anybody here.
Well, they're showing. They're not. I have nothing.
Nothing yet. All right. So the money's coming in on Philly to get the job done at home here. Tyrese Maxey is active. And there isn't, and I don't see Embiid anywhere on the report here.
He is. Yeah, no, he is not on the report at all right now. So if he's sitting, it's because of rest, and I don't see that happening.
All right. Well, let me ask you this, Skee.
They gotta win.
Yeah, Skee. Let me ask you this. If they go full board, everybody goes, including Conley with Utah, and nobody sits here tonight, you still leading Jazz here?
I would still be playing the Jazz, yes.
All right, still be, yeah. I don't think Conley's playing, but that would probably be the one guy that I go there. So there you got it here, guys, and don't forget, of course, second. Let's talk about that second quarter there with San Antonio. The minute Jokic goes to the bench, guys, be aware of it here tonight. You jump in there with a live bet, and we're good to go. Better chance here, Skee. The Memphis Grizzlies winning or the Houston Rockets continuing their streak against the Bucks at home tomorrow?
Oh, man. Hey, I'll never get a buzzer again. Houston Rockets, they're winning tomorrow, baby. Let's do it, Robert.
That's it. I love it. You know Corpus Christi ain't going that route. I can tell you that right now. Guys, don't forget Best Bets Live. Skee, are you locked and loaded? You got Best Bets up right now on WagerTalk?
I made my play for today yesterday, man. I'm locked in.
Okay. Oh, damn, guys. That's an invitation. Head over to WagerTalk.com. Visit Skee's page now. Finn, you mentioned, do you have a Thursday night football game? What else you got locked and loaded there?
I've got a lot of football up. I've got I think eight. I'm going to have 8 positions from between now and Sunday. 9 between now, Thursday night, and Monday. I have 9 positions between college and the NFL. So my NFL goes up here in a few minutes. I have some college going up. College is heating up a little bit, but my NFL, this is 3 games tonight. Listen, I could very well pass. I'm going to get a few phone calls. I'll call Skee and say, Skee, where's my Sawbucks and where's my jersey? And then I'll back the damn Lakers.
All right, just out of curiosity, so we are on for this, correct? We do have a Sawbuck on tap here for Memphis and the Lakers, correct?
Yeah. Whatever Skee's. What does Skee like? He liked the under, didn't he?
Where you going, Skee?
Yeah, under.
Under. Okay. All right, he's going under.
And the numbers? What's the number? What number do you want?
223.5. I'm seeing.
Okay.
Fine with me.
224.
224. All right, round it out. 224. Robert, make a note of this. All right, this shit will be paid this year. All right, we will get this paid up here. I don't want to hear it from you there, Finn. There you go, guys. Listen, just read your notes and shut your ass. Bottom line, guys, get over to WagerTalk.com. Skee is locked and loaded, as is Tony Finn. Hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner. And don't forget, guys, once again, our Shits and Giggles parlay here tonight. We bring it back a little OG school here as we are looking at the Utah Jazz. We are looking at the Lakers. And we're looking at the Spurs. Triple team money line 4-1. Tony Finn pulling out the Shits and Giggles, going Jazz, Lakers, Grizz over, Sawbuck, and the Spurs money line plus 480. And I'll just throw it in there, guys. The contrarian gods have in fact confirmed that the Denver Nuggets are the contrarian play here tonight. Just saying it, throwing it out there for what you guys want to do with it. The bottom line is, we'll recap it all tomorrow. Hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner. We'll have to talk about the Houston Rockets again tomorrow. Otherwise, Robert will never let us hear the end of it. But in the meantime, on behalf of Skee and Tony Finn, guys, listen, best of luck with your plays tonight. Make plans. Come back and join us. We'll get you ready for the weekend tomorrow with the NBA tip-off shake. Good luck, guys. We'll talk to you then.
Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com, and all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.